मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So welcome again everyone for this session on Bhagavad Gita, the journey of Bhagavad Gita. And again, I would like to express my gratefulness that you all are here and attending the sessions very sincerely. And actually, we have also posted some quizzes, and some of you have attended the quiz. And but I need, I want to motivate you all to do the quizzes in large numbers. If you do the quizzes, then your understanding will also improve. And hear the class very, very attentively, because I will also ask some questions, and I will make it more interactive. Actually, it will not be monologue, but it will be also interactive class. And yeah, as I mentioned that now we are on in the 8th session. First 2 sessions were introduction session, and now this 8th session is the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And how we come to the 6th chapter, I have described in this slide here. And yeah, before we discuss about this chapter, I would like to mention that there is a flow of Bhagavad Gita, and in this flow, this whole Bhagavad Gita is divided into 3 parts. So first part is about you, about yourself, about the living entity. The second part is about the Lord, about God, and third part is about this world, this nature, material nature. So it is 3 parts, and today is the 6th chapter, is the last chapter of the part 1 of the phase 1. So we are finishing the phase 1 of Bhagavad Gita today successfully, and I hope it will be successfully when we finish it today. And as I mentioned, that there is a flow of the chapters also. It is not that Krishna is speaking something very randomly and Arjuna is asking something randomly. It is not like this. There is a proper flow and proper structure. We learned in the chapter 1 about the lamentation of Arjuna, Visada Yoga, like he is having trouble about his identity, his dharma, what he should do, what not to do. Then in the chapter 2, Krishna explained the identity of Arjuna. Then chapter 3, when he understands his identity, he come to know what is my duty, prescribed duty. Then Krishna explained about the duties. Yeah, of everyone has their own duties as per Shastras. And then when you know your duties, then you should know how to execute the duties. You should have the knowledge of doing the duties. What is the knowledge? How to execute our prescribed duties. And when we have the knowledge, then we come in the peace. The knowledge gives us peace. And inner peace is more important than the outer peace, external peace. And when we have inner peace, then we can meditate on the Lord. The pre-requirement of meditation of the Lord is to have inner peace. So this is how the flow of chapter 1 to 6. And today we will discuss about the meditation. Before we go to this next chapter, chapter number 6, we will discuss about what we finished in the chapter number 5. We will have a recap, a connection between chapter 5 and chapter 6. So in the chapter 5, Krishna asked in the first sloka of the chapter 5 a question, and the question was sannyasa or karma yoga, what is good for me? Because Arjuna has some kind of doubt about what is sannyasa, what is karma yoga. So he was not clear about it, and then he asked what is sannyasa and what is karma yoga. So he wanted to clarify, and then in the sloka number 2 to 6, Krishna explained to Arjuna that karma yoga is as good as sannyasa but easier. Actually, Arjuna was a little bit confused. He was thinking sannyasa is better. Sannyasa is a higher path than karma yoga. So he was more attracted toward the sannyasa, but he was not aware about the prerequisites of becoming a sannyasi. And he was thinking, yeah, it's a superior path, so I take the superior path. But Krishna explained to Arjun in 2 to 6 in the chapter 5, Karma Yoga is as good as sannyasa, but easier for the people in the worldly life, in the material life, who has to do their duties in this world. Then 7 to 12, how Niskam Karma Yoga work. So the sloka 7 to 12 says, Krishna describe how the Niskam Karma Yoga works. This is a very, very good realization. This is one of the fundamental in the Bhagavad Gita. We will also have this discussion a little bit here going on. So then 13 to 16, Krishna explained about 3 doers. There are 3 kind of doers. Actually, when Arjuna was asking how to do Niskam Karma Yoga, how we get the motivation of doing this, how I inspire myself to do Niskam Karma without any attachment, without any fruit, just not for self. So then Arjuna says, Krishna says to Arjun, oh Arjun, you know you are not the doer. If you think you are the doer, then you will have an ownership with the result. You will think I am doer, so result is mine. But since you are not the doer, there are 3 doers. So Krishna explained to Arjuna from slok number 13 to 16 knowledge about 3 doers. Actually there was a discussion going on now, like free will. Before there was a scientific class here, science and spirituality class before this session. And there was a discussion going on about free will and who is doer, not doer. So here in the sloka number 13 to 16, Krishna clearly explained it, that you are not the only doer. There is a system is working, and you are, as a Jivatma, you have only a certain role to make the desire. Then Paramatma, super soul, sitting near to the soul, is approving the desire. Updrishta, he's observing and he's approving. Updrishta, Anuvanta. Anuvanta means who is approving, and Updrishta means who is observing. So he is helping to fulfill the desire, approving the desire, and material nature is providing all the facilities to execute that desire. Material nature is providing all facilities, all the elements, all the things. So Jivatma is not the only doer, that I am the doer. So if we have this doership, then we cannot do Niskam Karma. We will get attachment. But when we know we are not the doer, then we can execute Niskam Karma Yoga in an easy way. Now we go to 17 to 29 sloka, where Krishna explained to Arjun liberation through meditation on Supreme Soul, Super Soul. And this was actually a couple of sloka here. They were just a teaser for the chapter number 6. Liberation through meditation on Super Soul. Like meditation on Super Soul, this is the title of the sixth chapter, the current chapter. But in the 5th chapter itself, Krishna gave a teaser, a little bit taste of to Arjuna, so that he can make a smooth move to the next chapter. And then he also explains supreme bliss and inner peace. Actually, we are all in our lives, from our childhood, when we are a small child and we grow. When we are a small child, we have hankering. We have a hankering for the toys. We are running actually from the childhood to the youth to the old age. We always have some hankering, some desire, and we are never at peace. We are running for this, running for that. As a small child, I'm running for toys, for toffee, chocolate, this and that, and I want something. So I'm searching for happiness outside. And when I grow up in the school, then I have pressure in exams and so many other pressures, finding happiness in the games, in the video games and so on, and getting a good school. So always running. And when we grow up as a youth, then the boys are running behind girls and girls are running behind boys. They want to get happiness there. So, and then we become a householder, then we are working for children, for family, for this and that, always running. And when we are old age, we are also going to doctors for investigations, for our blood test, for this disease, that disease. So we are never at peace. Never at peace. We are just running and running. And when somebody is old and he is died, he left the body, the soul left the body, and body is dead. Then we say what we say when somebody died. What is the word we use? R.I.P. Om Shanti. He says Om Shanti. Your name? Sri Harsha says Om Shanti. So this is the time, whole life we are running. And now when somebody is dead, he is not listening now. Now we say Om Shanti, or what we say, rest in peace. R.I.P. Rest in peace. You know, This is how we are living in this life. We are running and running. We are in stress and tension and miseries and this and that. And then we are dead. Then everybody is saying, rest in peace. Can somebody really rest in peace when he's already dead? So he was not in peace in the whole life. So Bhagavad Gita is not such a book. Bhagavad Gita don't advocate for this, that that when you are dead you are just peace at that. Bhagavad Gita is a book which ensure that we are at peace when we are living the life. Art of living the life. It is both art of living and art of living. How to live the life peacefully. And Bhagavad Gita is providing us the process for inner peace. Inner peace, which is a more sustainable, which is more real peace, the true peace. So this is Bhagavad Gita. And what is the peace formula? In the chapter number 5, at the last sloka of chapter number 5, I want to discuss this sloka. I have taken this sloka very fast in the last class, but now it's very, very important sloka. So this sloka, we say it as a peace formula. If we apply this sloka in our life, we can achieve the real inner peace. What this sloka is? भोक्ताराम यज्ञ तपसाम सर्वलोके महेश्वरम सुहृदम सर्वभूतानाम ज्ञात्वा मम शांतिम ऋच्छति. A wonderful slok. This slok says Bhoktaram. Bhoktaram means, so it has three main points: Bhoktaram, Sarvaloke Maheswaram, and Suhridam Sarvabhutanam. What Bhoktaram means? Bhoktaram means supreme enjoyer. Lord is the supreme enjoyer. The God is the supreme enjoyer. We should learn this. We should understand this. We should make it our DNA. The Lord is the supreme enjoyer, and I am not the supreme. I am not the enjoyer. He is the enjoyer. And then second is Sarvaloke Maheswaram. He is the supreme proprietor. He is the owner. He is the supreme owner, supreme proprietor. Everything belongs to him. Since everything belongs to him, that's why he's all enjoyer. He's a supreme enjoyer. And when he's supreme enjoyer and everything belongs to him, still he is Suhirdayam Sarvabhutanam. He is best friend of all. He's the best friend of all. And friend never give the trouble. What is the characteristic of a friend? Friend is always there. Friend is always helpful. You can share anything with a friend. Friend always support. This is the definition of the friend. Maybe you have different kind of friends in the material life, so you might have a different conception of a friend. But the real conception, the true conception of the friend is he's Suhirdaya. He's always for you in all circumstances, every time. And Krishna and the Lord is Suhirdam Sarvabhutanam. He is the best friend of all. When we have this understand that he is the best friend of all, he is the supreme enjoyer, he is the proprietor, then we can be at peace. Then we will not become controller. Then we will not become enjoyer, bhokta. Then we will not say we are bhokta. But Krishna and the Lord has one good, it is not easy to get this. When somebody is a supreme enjoyer and he is supreme owner, normally they are not best friends. They are in their own world because they are so rich, powerful. They don't become friends easily. They are not accessible. When somebody is a supreme enjoyer, supreme owner, in the material world is like this. But the Lord, even if he is supreme enjoyer, he is the supreme owner of the all universes. He is a creator, maintainer, and sustainer, everything. Still, he is the best friend of all. If we have this feeling, if we have this understanding, then we will at inner peace. This is the peace formula which Bhagavad Gita is. But this takes some time to get this into us, this in the real life, in the real application. Now, Arjuna has one conception. We were discussing about the Arjuna is thinking sannyasa is better. Arjuna has a conception when Krishna is saying yoga, you have to become a yogi. For you, yogi is better than become a sannyasi. Then Arjuna has a view of yogi. The yogis are one who are, sitting in a cave or sitting in the peak of a mountain or, then doing some yoga, meditation, pranayama and connecting and some kind of meditation he's doing. He has this kind of understanding about a yogi. But Krishna is now explaining to Arjuna what is yogi, what is the difference between yogi and sannyasi. And here he says, Anasritaha karma phalam karyam karma karoti hai se sannyasi cha yogi cha na niragnir na chakriha. So Krishna is saying to Arjuna, actually Krishna has read mind of Arjuna. Krishna knows what is going on Arjuna's mind because he's asking same question again and again because he's not satisfied. And he's saying oh Krishna, what is a yogi? What is sannyasi? I want to also become a, like the people who are doing meditations in the forest. I want to leave this. I don't want this war, this material life and this. So Krishna is now reading mind of Arjuna, and Krishna is saying in the first sloka of chapter 6, Anasritaha karma phalam karyam karma karoti ha. That means, oh Arjuna, you have to understand, Arjun. Please try to understand what I am saying. The one who is unattached to the fruit of his work and who works as he is obliged is in the renounced order of life. A sannyasi or renounced out of life is one who is unattached to the fruit of the work and who works as he obliged in his by his duties, by his prescribed duties. When he works like this and he is unattached to the fruit, then he is in a renounced order of life. It is not that people who are in the forest and they are doing some meditation and they are only renounced order. A renounced order means who is unattached to the work, who has renounced the fruit of the work. This is what Krishna is saying to Arjuna. Also, many times in the past years, so in chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, in each chapter, Krishna is explaining this fundamental aspect, principle. And this is very important actually. And here, Krishna says to Arjuna further, and he is the true mystic, not who lights fire and perform duty. Actually, sannyasi doesn't mean that a yogi. So he is the true mystic and not he who lights no fire and performs no duty. A true yogi, now Krishna is saying, a true yogi is not the one who is left everything. He left all the actions. He left everything and he is now in a secluded place, sitting alone in a cave or in a forest or a mountain. He is not the only yogi. The yogi is who is doing the work and renouncing the results. And he's saying, like, there are some people who actually, I want to tell you one thing. In the Vedic India, the grasta, the people who are in the worldly life, they were supposed to do certain sacrifices, fire sacrifices. This is mandatory for them. Every day they do fire sacrifices at that time. And they were doing for the devtas, for many things, for demigods. They were doing the fire sacrifices. This was their part. But when somebody became a sannyasi, he was not supposed to do any fire sacrifice. He was even not allowed to touch the fire. He can cook the food. He is not allowed to cook the food also on the fire for himself. He becomes a mendicant. He depends on others. If somebody gives him the food, he becomes like a beggar, somebody who don't cook food for himself. He depends completely on the Lord. So this kind of person is real sannyasi. And then Krishna says, one who is not lighting the fire doesn't mean that he has become a sannyasi. For become a sannyasi, even someone who is in the real life and doing his karma and offering the result, he can also become a sannyasi. So this is what he wants to say. Because the sannyasis are not allowed to go on fire and cook for themselves, and this is the typical in Vedanta. So in the sloka number 6.2, Krishna again explained what is a sannyas, what is yoga. Yam sannyasam iti prahur yogam tam vidhi pandavaha. O Arjuna, this sannyasa, the yogi who is doing niskam karma, it itself is a sannyas. Sannyas is not something different. One who is doing yoga, he is a sannyas. And then Krishna is then explaining about what is actually we want to understand this concept. Yeah, it is repeating again and again, and it is worth to discuss this, in depth. So niskam karma yoga, there are two words. How many words? Niskam is one word and karma yoga is second word. And what does niskam mean? What is the meaning of niskam?
But I would say without lust, without being attached to them.
Yes.
Yeah,
without attached. Without, yes. Without desires. Okay, without renouncing the desires. Renouncing the karma phala. This is niskam. And what is karma yoga? Karma yoga means yoga. What is yoga? So there are two things, niskama and yoga. Niskama means renouncing the results, fruits. This is, and then yoga means to connect with the Supreme. So both elements are there. So there is something called sannyasa. and other thing is called yoga. The two things. So sannyasa and yoga. So what is sannyasa means? What is the meaning of sannyasa? Sannyasa means, what is the meaning of sannyasa? The sannyas word itself, I'm not going to the philosophy, only the word itself. Unattached. Unattached. Someone say unattached. Huh? Renunciation. Renunciation. What is renunciation?
Giving up.
Giving up. Giving up. Giving up. Wonderful. She says unattached. He says giving up. Anybody want to say something from the online viewers, please? What is sannyasa means? You can also type, or you can also, Srishti can make you unmute if you want to speak. Because the participants who are on site here, they are only speaking, and I want to hear also from online.
Someone is saying one who renounces.
Sannyasi means one who renounces.
Joyata is saying. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. If you want to speak, you can also, we can unmute you. So
Krishna is saying purification of everything.
Yeah, when Krishna says something, we have to agree on it. Because Krishna is supreme. He is answering all the questions of Arjuna. So thank you, Krishna Prabhu. Thank you for your inputs also. So sannyasa means to renounce, to become unattached, to give up the results. This is the sannyasa means. And then there is a word called yogi. What is the meaning of yogi? From the online, offline, there are a lot of people want to answer, but online, what is a yogi? Bharat, you want to say something, yogi?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Who is there?
Krishna.
Krishna, please. Yes.
The person who is proficient in yoga.
What is yoga means? What is yoga? There is no word yoga actually. Yoga is not a word in Sanskrit or Hindi. It's yoga. Yoga. Yoga means addition, connection with the higher truth, linking up with the higher, linking with the higher. So this is yoga. So what is the characteristic of a yogi? What is the main thing a yogi should have? Otherwise, one cannot become a yogi. Okay. Self-control. One is saying, Gagan Prabhu is saying self-control, and she is saying controlling the mind. Yes. Controlling the mind. So wonderful. Yes. I want to hear this answer. When somebody can control the mind and he can have just self-control on the senses, then he is a yogi. And you know, Niskam Karma Yoga, I mentioned, it has a Niskam, it has a word Niskam means which renounce, that give up, to give up. So it has a word sannyas and it has a yoga, controlling the mind as a yogi. So Niskam Karma Yoga has both the elements, being a sannyasi and being a yogi. It has both actually. So this is Krishna want to explain to Arjun that sannyasi is not something different like the different people. Even a Niskam Karma yogi who is doing karma in this world, in his ashram, in his situation, in his position in the society, he can be also considered as a sannyasi, provided he is renouncing the result, he is offering the result to the Supreme, and he is not attached with the result. Now, my dear devotees, I have one important question. Actually, we have this spiritual stages in the life. In the Vedic, Vedic system, there are spiritual stages, and this is called asrama. So what is the meaning of asrama? What do you mean by ashram? There are different ashramas. Do you know ashram meaning? Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I want to know from the online, what is meaning of ashram? Yes. So ashram is, as Prabhu says, ashram is taking shelter. This is a wonderful word, to get shelter. And this is actually a tradition, a Vedic tradition, that the whole life of a person is divided into 4 ashram. Brahmachari ashram, Grahastha ashram, Vanaprastha ashram, and Sannyasa ashram. In the Brahmachari life is called steady, or steady. So they are like zero. If the total life of a person is 100 years, for example, 100 years as a benchmark, then first 25 years is brahmacharya. Then 25 to 50 years, he's a grasta life, householder life. Brahmacharya means student life, as a student in the celibacy, and learning the science of learning the education from the guru in a school, in the Gurukul. Then grasta is setting up a family, having children, in contributing the society, doing work. Grasta. Then Vanprastha. Vanprastha is 50 to 75. When the person want to retire from the grasta life, he want to become detached from the grasta life, then he thinks higher. He want to get spiritual realizations. He want to read shastras, scriptures, and he want to go to pilgrimage. He want to not engage in the day-to-day affairs of the life. And this is Vanprastha from 50 to 75. Because he can go to Tirth Yatras and all pilgrimage. Then there are people, then after this, there is sannyasa. This is sannyasa period where 75 to 100, where person completely renounce everything, all the activities and everything, and he just focus and meditate and do devotional service for the Supreme Lord. Then he don't keep any concern with the material life. This is sannyasa phase of the life. Now my question is, do you have any idea which ashram is good ashram? Which ashram? Which one is good? Which one is good? Which one is bad? Which one is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4? Anybody can answer on also online. Anybody want to say from the online? Which ashram? I want some response from online, please, so that I know you are there.
Joyita is saying all are important and good.
Yeah, all are important and good. Joyita, okay, wonderful. Thank you for your answer.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I think all are good and important.
All are good and important. Yes. Yes, there are many views. There are some views which say all are good, and some are saying brahmacharya is the best. Brahmacharya ashram is best. And somebody says grasta is best. Somebody no, because they say grasta is trasta. I am the grasta, but I am trasta. So no grasta says I am the best. Bharat want to say something? Sannyasi is the best. Okay, so there are many views. People have different views. Actually, the real answer is all the ashrams are good. There is no ashram is bad. Krishna says in the 4th chapter, Chatur Vidha Maya Srishtam Gun Karma Vibhasa. So these are all my part. I have made this Varna ashram system, Varna and Ashrama. I have made it. And when Krishna made something, he never made one is good or one is bad. He's neutral. So these ashramas are not. It is not that some ashram is a good ashram and another ashram is a bad ashram. They are just a phase of that life. At that age, you have to behave in a particular way. You have to be disciplined. You have to work as per this ashram. This is a phase of the life, and you have to work as per that phase, the prescribed duties for that phase of the life, for that age. You have to do that. And none of the ashram is end of the life or end goal. They are the progress. They are the phases. They are the path. This is not the goal. The ashramas are not the goal. Ashramas are the path. We use this path to uplift ourselves for high purification, and we use this ashramas, different ashramas, to uplift our consciousness, our spiritual realization, that we serve. Because in all the ashramas, some siddhi hari tosanam. In Bhagavatam, it is written, some siddhi hari tosanam. The aim of all the ashramas is finally to serve the Supreme Being and to connect with the Supreme Being in a different way. Every ashrama has a different way of connection. So don't, it is not that sannyasa is the best or vanprastha is the best, brahmacharya is the best or grasta is the best. Every ashram has their own role and own prescribed duties. It's a phase. For example, somebody says, his child is class 1, then he go to class 2, class 3, class 4. Then somebody says, no, class 1 is the best, class 2 is not best. No, it is phase. That class 1, he was in a particular age, he do particular things in that class. Now he go to the class 2, then he will go to class 3, class 4. This is the phase. So there are many stages in any journey. We should not take those stages as the end goal. Rather, we must keep moving forward. That is when success comes. Moving forward, looking forward. These people are climbing on the berg, on the mountain. So we have to go higher and higher. Now in the 6.3, Arjuna, Krishna is saying very wonderful thing. He's explaining a very, very wonderful thing. And this thing is actually, I would like to explain that the yoga, when somebody do a yogi, there are two stages in the yoga. One is called yoga aruruksha. Yoga aruruksha stage. And the second stage in the yoga called arudha stage. The yoga aruruksha stage is the beginning stage, trying to ascend. Aruruksha means trying to ascend, starting a journey upward, but it's a starting point. It's the basic. Then when you advance, and after becoming advanced, this stage is called yoga rudha. Yoga rudha stage. Yoga rudha stage means advanced stage. So Patanjali has given this wonderful Dhyana yoga, the wonderful Ashtanga yoga. So this Ashtanga yoga has 8 anga, the 8 limbs. Ashtanga yoga. The Patanjali has given this Ashtanga yoga. Ashtanga yoga means Ast means 8 and Anga means limbs. So 8 parts in the 8 stages. And what are the Yama, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. I think many of you knows these words. Especially you knows asana and pranayama. Many of you know asana, pranayama, because we say yoga. We are doing yoga. I'm doing yoga. Yoga is asana and pranayama. Actually, people go to yoga studio and they do these asanas and they think they are doing yoga. But this is not the real yoga. Yoga means connecting with the Supreme. If you are not connecting with the Supreme, you are just making your body slim, trim, beautiful. This is the purpose of asana. This is not yoga. The yoga has 8 stages and it has a progressive, it's progressive. So Yama means, if I try to explain you this Ashtanga yoga, it will take 2 hours, minimum to minimum, because there are 8 stages and each stage has a lot of details and lot of examples and lot of, So I will not go in detail of each stages. I will give a little short description and then we go further to the chapter, because this is very important to know about Ashtanga yoga. What is Ashtanga yoga? In the first phase, we call Yama. Yama means, what is Yama? Yama means don't do's. What is prohibitions? What we should not do? What we should avoid? We have some yamas like meat eating, intoxication, illicit sex, and this intoxication, gambling. They are called yamas, that we should not do these things. Then come niyama. Niyama means what we should do, what are prescribed duties, what we should do, so that it helps in our further progress. Then, and to have a disciplined life. Then we have asanas. Asanas are like people are sitting. Asana means sitting normally, meaning of asana. Like we have Vajrasan, we have Veerasan, we have Mayurasan, we have Padmasan. There are different asanas which is used for the yoga process. Then we have pranayam. In the pranayam, we control the breathing. Pranayam, we control the breathing. So pranayam is, we have 5 kind of airs, different airs in the prana vayu in different body, and then we can control this prana, and we can actually, it's a breathing process. It's the art of breathing, pranayama. Like we have to take the breath in, then for how much time we should breathe in, then we have to hold the breath for certain time, then we have to release the breath. We have to fill the lungs completely. When we breathe in, we have to fill the lungs completely, and then we have to hold for some time, few seconds, and we have to release it very slowly and gradually. And this is the way how we control our breath. This is called pranayama. This is one part of the Ashtanga yoga. But this is really, really helpful for the yoga. It is pranayama is not yoga. Asana is not the yoga. But they are the stepping stone. They are the prerequisite for becoming a yogi, for practicing yoga. And after the pranayama, this pranayama stage actually, people don't know how to breathe actually. They just, they don't care about their breath. They don't focus on the breath. Just going on. And there are so many problems without the breathing problem. Because our mind, our body is made up of 3 things. Kapha, Vata or Pitta. Ayurveda, somebody knows Ayurveda, Kapha, Vata and Pitta. And Vata means Vayu. Vata means Vayu. And what is Vayu? Vayu means breathing, air. And when we have lack of air, we are not eating, we are not breathing properly, nicely, then we don't have a the air supply to the mind. And if we have a less air supply, we don't have enough air in the lungs, and we have less air supply also to the mind, then we get stress, agitations, impatience. Lot of mental problems are coming because we are not knowing the art of breathing. If we breathe nicely, we do pranayama, our mind gets stabilized. It becomes meditative, stabilized, controlled. So this breathing is very important. And unless you have a stable mind, how you can do meditation? Can you do meditation without controlling the mind, without becoming at peace, without controlling your breathing? It is very difficult. It is not possible to do meditation. So this is the stepping stone, and I called it as a launching pad, like a helicopter. There's a helicopter. Helicopter has to go up, and for going up, it needs a launching pad. And when it is on the launching pad, then it goes on the path, ascended to the path. And this is pratyahara and dharana. This is the ascending to the path. Pratyahara means the priti ahara. Priti ahara. Ahar means bhojan. Ahar means food. And our senses, they have a food. Our eyes want to see something beautiful in external world, in the material world. Our ears want to hear something nice music. Our tongue wants some tasty food, something, potato chips with Coca-Cola. And our skin want to touch something very smooth, smooth touch. So this is called food for the senses. This all food for the senses. But when we say pratihara means we withdraw these senses from these items, from these sense objects. When we withdraw these senses, it is called pratihara. Prati means opposite of ahara. That we withdraw these senses. And when we withdraw the senses, then we can situate it in the self. Inward looking. Not outward looking, we become inward looking. And then it becomes an ascent path for the Roga Road stage. Roga Road stage is Dhyana and Samadhi. This is called Roga Road. This is the highest stage in the Ashtanga Yoga, the highest stage. And my dear devotees, when someone reaches the stage of Yoga Ruda, Dhyana and Samadhi, the stage of Samadhi, Samadhi means trance, then only one can become a sannyasi. One should become a sannyasi, a sannyas order of life. The prerequisite, as per Krishna is telling to Arjuna, the prerequisite for becoming a sannyasi, that you already in the Yoga Arudha stage, in the highest, advanced stage of the Ashtanga Yoga, Dhyana and Samadhi. This is the prerequisite. Krishna, Arjuna is asking again and again, it's better, the sannyasa is better. Why I have to do all this? Why I have to fight? And Krishna is saying, see, this is the level, Arjun. This is the requirement for becoming a sannyasi. So Krishna is now asking to Arjuna, did you already achieve this? Actually, Krishna is also a little bit making, joke, and he has a nice mood and nice way of interacting with his disciple to make his interest alive. It's not boring discussion. And now Krishna is asking to Arjuna, oh Arjuna, did you achieve this Aroha? Please tell me what is your situation. Arjuna say, oh Krishna, you are making fun, you are making some joke. I am not at that level still. Actually, principally, Arjuna is already at that level, but he's representing a normal human. He's representing a person like us, a normal jiva, because this Bhagavad Gita is spoken for us, for our benefit. The jiva in Kali Yuga. So he says, no, I still, I'm not, my mind is not controlled. It will come. It will come in this chapter later on. So let us go to the next. So Krishna says, when you are as a stage of Yoga Arudha, then work can be given up. That means one can achieve sannyas, one can get the stage of sannyas when one has achieved this 7th and 8th stage in the Ashtanga Yoga. Now we go to the next slide. This is the asanas. People are doing asanas. I was talking about in the yoga studio, you buy yoga mat and then you do asanas, and then pranayama also, controlling the breathing. Now I discuss about the pranayama also, and how we can control our mind by pranayama, by focusing on the breath, inward breath, outgoing breath, holding the breath. So this is a science, this is a process, this is a very great science, pranayama. So it is very, lot of details are there inside. Now Arjuna says, because Krishna was asking, na, did you achieve this yoga route? Little in a punchy way. And Arjuna says, oh Krishna, it seems the mind plays a central role in the path of yoga. Because I told you, na, yogi means controlling the mind. If one cannot control the mind, he cannot become a yogi. This is the first requirement for becoming a yogi. Now Arjuna is asking, it seems that the central role is about controlling the mind. And Krishna says, yeah, very much. You are right. You got the point, Arjun. You got the point. So then Krishna says a very, very wonderful 𝗬𝚗𝗂𝗯𝗲 ki jai. Then Krishna gives a wonderful message to Arjun. Very, very, very important for all of us, for students, for householders, for professionals, for everyone. This is very important, and everybody is dealing this problem. And what Krishna says to Arjun now, uddharet atmanatmanam natatmanam avasadiyet atmaiva hi atmano bandhur atmana atmaiva hi atmanor bandhur atmaiva ripur atmanah. Very, very important sloka. Krishna says to Arjun, uddharet, two words, uddharet and avasadiyet. Uddharet means upgrading. Uddhar mana Hindi, those who know Hindi and Sanskrit, they know uddhar. Uddhar means upgrading. And avasadiyet means downgrading, degrading, going down, deteriorating. So he's in two words, uddharet, avasadiyet. And then he says bandhur and ripur. Krishna is saying to Arjuna, oh Arjuna, this mind, you are talking about this mind, if it is your friend, if you make your mind your friend, then it is your uddharet. It makes upgrade. It can make your life upgradation. It can help you go up in the life, in the realization. But when you make your mind as your enemy, when your mind becomes enemy, actually nobody make the mind enemy, but mind becomes enemy, then it makes our sadhyet downgrade. It downgrade us. So we have this bandhur is uddharet and ripur is avsadhyet. Ripu means enemy. So mind is our enemy and mind is our greatest friend. Now we have to decide how we want to use our mind, as an enemy or a friend. Now I have one question. Actually, who are we? What is our identity? Who are we? So Bharat, what you say? Okay, Bharat says we are soul. Krishna Das, very good. And Gagan Prabhu also says we are spirit soul. Yes, yes, wonderful. All answers are correct. So we are spirit soul. So when we say I means soul. I am not this body. And then there is a mind. There are two entities. One is soul, one is mind. Now there is an interaction between mind and soul. There is a constant interaction going on. Now the question is, when soul is controlling the mind, what is this? When the soul is controlling the mind, it is an enemy or friend? It is when the soul is controlling the mind, then it's friend. And when mind is controlling the soul, then enemy. Okay, wonderful. When one brings the mind under control, what is the mind? When we bring our mind under control, what is the state? Then mind is friend. Now, the problem is that I want to give some examples from our real life, how the mind is becoming our enemy. As I mentioned, we don't have control over mind because mind is just running here and there. And we see mobile. Actually, people what they say? They say, I am the king of my life. Are we real king of our life? No, we are das. We are the slaves of our habits. Actually, our habits are controlling us. We are not controlling our habits. Our habits are controlling us. And you see mobile addiction, everybody is in the mobile. We think we are the inventor of mobile. We made mobile, but mobile is controlling us. The machine is controlling the man because our mind has taken a higher position. The mind is controlling the soul now. The mind is controlling me, us, ourselves. And when mind starts controlling ourselves, then these problems comes. That we have this mobile addiction. We have crimes. People do crime. Why people do crime? Because the mind is not controlled. The mind become uncontrolled, and then they do illegal things. What these things are called as per Shastras? Vikarma. They do vikarma. They do against the scriptures, crime. And they also drug abuse. When the mind is not under control, then drug abuse happens. And stress. Stress is also one reason when mind is not under control. The mind become enemy, because then it runs in different direction, do different things, and we get stress. Oh, couch potato. See, potato chips. So everybody is depending on this and on the couch sitting, watching television. Then we have people who do suicide because their mind is not controlled. They have negative thoughts, depression, suicide. Facebook. Facebook is just one example. It's in general social media. Instagram, WhatsApp, Snapchat, or whatever it is. So many things. So people have become das, slave of social media because the mind has become enemy. The mind is not under control. This is the reason. Overeating. He's eating so much because he's under stress. And when somebody is under stress, he eat more. Stress makes us eating more, and then it gives more stress by bad health. So it's a cycle. Eating gives stress and stress gives eating. So this is because uncontrolled mind, that we are not following the. This is a picture, and this picture gives, in the picture you can see there are 5 horses, and there are these rocks which are controlling the reins. It is called reins in English. They are controlling the horses. Then there is a driver of the horses. So there is a chariot. The chariot is run by 5 horses, and there is a driver. The driver is controlling these 5 horses through the cord, through the strings or ropes. And then there is a one who is sitting behind, the passenger, the owner of the chariot. He is sitting behind. You can see everything here on the picture. Now my question is, what are the horses in our body? What represent the horses? Anybody from the online, please tell me what represent the senses? The 5, what represent the horses? There are 5 horses: blue, white, black, brown, reddish.
All are saying the 5 senses.
Yes, so everybody knows. Actually, this example, this comes from Kathopanishad. There's an Upanishad in Vedanta, and this example is giving in the Kathopanishad. And their 5 senses are represented by these 5 horses in the chariot. Then there is rope. What is represented by the rope? Scissor Prabhu ki jai. And anyone else? What represented by ropes? I think there are so many in the chat box. So, Srishti, you can read.
Mind is the charioteer.
Mind is the? No. So the ropes are representing the mind. And the charioteer, the driver of the chariot is?
Soul.
The driver of chariot, or who is this? Intelligence. Intelligence is the driver. Then passenger. Who is the passenger? Who is sitting behind? No, there are 2 different things. Brain is on a material in a different platform, is physical. We will discuss this topic. This is very deep. So, who is the passenger in the chariot? Soul. Soul is the passenger. And what is soul? The person who is sitting, he is soul. He is not the body. So you see what is the situation of the soul in the picture? The horses are running here and there in different directions. There is a chaos. The similar and the charioteer, like the charioteer is not able to control the horses. The horses are running in different directions, and the passenger who is sitting is afraid. He has no control. He is fearing what is going on here. So this is our situation, our life. Our senses, they are uncontrolled senses. So they are running here and there in all directions. I need this, I need this, I need this pleasure. I told you na, how the senses are running. And when the senses are running, the rope should control the senses. The rope should control. And what is the rope? Mind. The mind should control. But when mind is become enemy, when mind itself is running toward the sense objects, about the sensual pleasure, then mind will also need pleasure. It will not control the senses, rather it needs pleasure. It will further instigate the senses. It will further allow the senses to do whatever they want. And when mind is doing like this, it will also overcome whom? Driver, charioteer. It will also overcome. And who is the charioteer? The intelligence. So intelligence should be able to decide. Actually, intelligence means discrimination, the power of discrimination. What is good, what is bad. Vivek Shakti. Vivek Shakti. And when mind has taken over the control, has now the control, then intelligence also cannot control the chariot and our life. And when intelligence is also under control of mind, then passenger is like this, what you see in the picture. And we are that currently. Our situation is like this. And everything has come because mind is not able to get the control current. If the mind has a proper control of the senses, then everything will become well in the right direction, in a constructive way. So these are the answer, like 5 horses are 5 senses, Rhines is the mind, driver is intelligence, chariot is body, and passenger is self, soul. Mind is a tool which we should come to use. We can either climb up or fall down in life through our own mind. This is a message we can draw from this section. Mind is not us, is not self. I am not this mind. I am different from this mind. When we develop this understanding that I am different entity and mind is a different entity, then we can control the mind. But if we think we are the mind and we ourselves identify with the mind, then mind will control us. Mind is a tool. We have to use it as a tool for our help. So now Arjuna is asked to Krishna, what are the symptoms of one at the yoga rudha stage, the highest stage? He's asking the symptoms. And now Krishna is giving the symptoms in sloka number 7 until 9. He has a controlled mind. A person who has a yoga rudha stage, he has a controlled mind, Arjun. Then what next? He has attained Paramatma. He has got the connection with the Supreme Soul. Because he has a controlled mind, he is in inner peace. And because he is in inner peace, he is able to meditate on the Supreme. And then he has attained the Supreme. Then he gets the inner peace. This is what Krishna is telling to Arjuna in sloka number 7. Then he is saying, this kind of person becomes neutral to heat and cold. Heat and cold means sukh, dukh. Sukh and dukh. Heat and cold means different changes of the dualities in the life. Sukh, dukh, like, dislike, rag, dvesh, honor, dishonor. So heat and cold is on the physical level. Happiness and distress is on the mental level. And honor and dishonor is on the ego level. Then person can overcome all this. He becomes neutral. He becomes equipoised person. Sit pragya. Then what he does? He has equal vision to everyone. He sees everyone equal. And then even he finds some pebbles, stones, or gold, he never differentiates. There is sloka in our Shastras, it says, Matravat pardaresu pardravyesu lostvat atmavat sarvabhutesu yeh pasyati se panditah. Matravat pardaresu, the one who sees others' wife as a mother, such a person, a yogi, he sees others' wife as a mother. Matravat pardaresu pardravyesu lostvat. Here word called lost means stone and pebbles. And he sees others' money, others' dhan, others' wealth, he sees as a mitti, as as a soil, as a, like he don't get greedy towards others' wealth. He see as a soil, a normal. He don't get like desire to get it. Huh? So he see pebbles, stone, and gold as one. And Atmavata Sarva Bhutesu, yeh pasati se pandita hai. And who sees everyone as same as himself? I am the spirit soul, everyone is a spirit soul. Then such a person is an intelligent person, is a learned person. Because he has developed the equal vision. For him, there is no friend, no enemy. Na kahu se dosti, na kahu te bear. So this is called no friends, no enemies. He is equal for everyone. Because when we make friends and enemies, then we become biased. Then we start looking other persons as an enemy. Na? We should never look. So this is the equal vision. And this is the symptom of a yoga ruda stage. And that's why Krishna says to Arjun, oh Arjun, when one achieves this stage, then he is eligible to become a sannyasi. He can then lead all actions in this world. He has nothing to do then in this world. But this is a very higher stage. Now we go to the next sloka. Yogi yunjitah statam atmanam rahasi sthite. So now, wonderful, actually very, very important things. We have to also apply these things in our life. Now Krishna is explaining to Arjun basic practices of Ashtanga Yoga. What are the basic practices? And one is asana. Na? Ashtanga Yoga, one part is asana. In asana, you have a kosa grass covered with deer skin and soft cloth. This Krishna is telling to Arjuna that how you sit, the posture, and where you sit, a secluded place, na? With only kosa grass, covered with a soft, with the deer skin and soft cloth, neither too high, not too low, in a medium level. Then body, neck, head in a straight line. Body, neck, and head. This is the right posture. When we sit in this posture, then everything works very fine in our body. Then proper place. Proper place is very important. You cannot do yoga meditation in the supermarket or in the sabji market, sabji mandi. In Hindi we say sabji mandi, vegetable market. Can you do yoga meditation there on sabji mandi, in vegetable market? No. So proper place is very important. Clean, what is meaning of proper place? It should be clean. It should be pure. It should be secluded. In the Vedic way, people have their place of eating, that they have certain place where they should eat. Then they should have a place of office where they should do their work, their job. They have a sleeping place, they have an eating place, they have a study place. So every place is defined because this places need some purity. Then doing meditation also in a pure place. Nowadays people are just on the bed. Yeah, they don't want to come out. They can eat on the bed. They can read something on the bed. They can watch TV on the bed because TV is in every room now in the modern life. So comfortable. So people are too much impurity. Now they cannot then achieve this yogic steps. It's very difficult to practice yoga, a real yoga, when we don't have a clean, pure, and secluded place. Sometimes people say corporate yoga. You put in internet corporate yoga, then somebody is sitting on the table, on the office table, and doing yoga. You cannot do a yoga on the office table. You can maybe do some asana or stretching here and there, but it is not yoga. Yoga, you need a office table. It's not possible. So then how to meditate? This is also Krishna is telling each and every small detail to Arjuna. Each and every detail. How to follow the path of yoga. How to meditate? Mind controlled. Very important aspect. Krishna is saying, Arjun, mind should be controlled. Fearlessness. Fearlessness. When we become a knowledge, we get fearlessness. With fearful mind, can you do yoga with a fearful mind? Yoga is not possible with fearful mind. Then celibacy, very important. Celibacy. Celibacy means brahmacharya, no sex life. So we like in the brahmacharya ashram, no sex life. In grihastha ashram, a very, very limited, very, very disciplined celibacy, as per the scriptures. Then Arjuna is asking. Arjuna was, oh Krishna, you took so many things you told me now. And then he's asking, how long does it take to become a successful yogi? To achieve the number 7 and number 8 stage. Ashtanga Yoga, this last two, Dhyana and Samadhi. How long it take? Because everybody, maybe you also want to know, na? Everybody want to know how long it takes. And Krishna says, after long, constant practice, the goal will be reached. So he is not discouraging, no, it's not for you. You are, forget about it. तुमसे ना हो पाएगा. Krishna is not saying like तुमसे ना हो पाएगा. I don't know, you can do it. You have to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere, but you can do it. Long, constant practice. Practice makes the life perfect. Na? One perfect. You know, there is a philosopher, he says, journey of 1,000 miles begin with a single step. We have to begin somewhere at one step. Now we have to begin. So he says it's possible, but it takes some time and patience. And this is a wonderful slok which says, Nati nasatastu yogo. There is no possibility of once becoming a yogi, O Arjuna, if one eats too much or eats too little, sleep too much or does not sleep enough. And then these are the things which are called regulated life. For regulated life, to achieve this yoga, one should not eat too much, one should not eat too less. One should take care at what time to be eaten, what time we should eat, what should we eat, and how much should we eat. Three things. What time, what, like there are different kind of food, na? Sattvic food, rajasic food, tamasic food, so pungent and this and that. So what should we eat, how much should we eat, and what time should we eat. How much we should sleep, what time we should sleep, we have to care everything. How much we work, some people work over, you know, I'm workaholic, I work 16 hours. It is not recommended. Krishna don't say to work 16 hours, 14 hours, 12 hours. Krishna says only work what is required only to maintain your life. Because this life is a very precious, you have to use it for the yoga. And then you can connect. You have a higher purpose in the life. And here work only appropriately as per your prescribed duties, whatever is required, and not 16 hours or so much, 12 hours also. So he said, we have to work not too much. And recreation, entertainment. Some people do too much recreation. This potato person now on the couch, there's so much recreation, some do too less. So we have to do a, you know, recreation only that much is required, because it will also make us undisciplined. And eating, about sleeping, Srila Prabhupada says about sleeping, when we sleep too much, we become lazy. Our Srila Prabhupada says, when we sleep too much, it makes lazy, and when we sleep too less, it makes crazy. So we have to not become lazy, and we should not become crazy. We should be normal. Gagan Prabhu, you are asking. Recreation, entertainment, sensual pleasure, enjoyment, picnic. And now, yeah, this is the same thing is conveyed here also. Not too much, not too less. Then only yoga will give you some meaning. Now, Arjuna is saying, how is the mind of a perfect yogi? Because Krishna is again and again talking about the mind. That mind is our, you know, mind can be friend, mind can be enemy. We have to control the mind. So since Arjuna is asking a lot of questions about mind, and mind is very, very important for a yogi, in that case, Arjuna is asking, how is the mind of a perfect yogi? And Krishna is saying, the mind of a perfect yogi is like a lamp in a windless place. A lamp in a windless place. A lamp, when there is no air, it just rises high. The flame of the lamp, it goes straight high. And it is not fluctuating here and there and flickering here and there. It is not disturbed. It's not wavering. It's constant. It's focused. It's only upward. It's very, very determined. So similarly is the just a minute. Prabhu, you give food to Prabhu? You asked to okay. To Hari Krishna Prabhu, no? You have given prasadam? Yeah. Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. Yes. So a mind of a yogi is like a lamp in the windless place. It's always on the focus. It's unwavering. It's not flickering here and there, not fluctuating. So this is the mind. This example is given by Krishna. The mind of a yogi is like a lamp without, in a place where there is no air. And then he is asking, what is the final destination of such a yogi who controls the mind? And then Krishna is giving the final destination of such a person, what he achieved when he do like this, what he achieved. So what is the, he achieved self-realization. We have learned in the last class what is self-realization. Maybe I will not spend much time here. I will answer myself. The self-realization is when we see everybody is a soul. When we see everybody is a soul. And second, here it is called a spiritual vision. A person who is self-realized, he has a spiritual vision. And a person with a spiritual vision sees everybody as a soul. And everyone, and there is a super soul inside. Everybody is a soul and there is a super soul inside. Everyone. When somebody develops this vision, then it is called self-realized person. And such a self-realized person, you can also understand this theoretically, that from today I will keep on saying, I am a soul, I have a super soul. Everybody is a soul, everybody has a super soul. But I am not self-realized by saying this. Just saying doesn't help. It has to practice in the life. It comes in your behavior, day-to-day behavior. And when it applies in your behavior, then such a person gets unlimited peace, unlimited bliss, the ocean of bliss inside the heart. He feels that bliss, he feels the pleasure, and it is called transcendental bliss, the divine bliss. And this is the destination of that person, unlimited divine bliss, freedom from all miseries. And now, yeah, actually, I will not be able to show this story. Maybe next time we can do, or we can discuss afterwards. Maybe tomorrow we can discuss the story. Tomorrow I will take at 8 o'clock, we will read the chapter 6. So then we have more time also for question answers and discussing a nice, wonderful story I have for all of you. But please, at 8 o'clock tomorrow, we will read this chapter and then we can discuss this story. So controlling the mind is a science. It takes practice for this. First, consider yourself separate from the mind, then try to control it. As I mentioned, now, first we have to consider ourselves. We are the soul and mind is different, and then we can control. And now, actually, Arjuna is saying to Krishna, "O Madhusudan, the system of yoga which you have summarized appears impractical and undurable for me. The mind is restless and unsteady." Yes, mind is. Arjuna is a very practical person. He is telling upfront everything honestly to Krishna. This is the situation. I don't think this is practical for me. It is difficult actually for a long time to control the mind. For a few seconds or few minutes you can control, but for a long time, can we control the mind for a long time? He's saying it's very difficult. It's impractical for me. Arjuna is saying very upfront. That's why the Ashtanga Yoga is very, very difficult actually. Very, very difficult, this path. And Arjuna was Gudakes. Gudakes one means who has been over the sleep. Arjuna can live without sleeping for many nights. He can be active. He was learning this archery day and night without sleeping. So he has conquered the sleep. And still, such a person who has conquered the sleep, he is saying this is difficult for me, the mind control. Now, what is our situation? What is our situation? We can understand. Can we do this Ashtanga Yoga? Can we control the mind? No, we are far inferior than Arjuna. Arjuna was a great personality. And then Arjuna is saying a wonderful slok. One more thing. Arjuna say to Krishna, "Chanchalam hi manha Krishna, pramathi balvadraham dradham, tasyaham nigraham manye, vayor ivsu duskaram." For the mind, he is telling 4 characteristics about the mind. The mind is restless, mind is turbulent, mind is obstinate, and mind is very strong. Krishna is very strong. It is very difficult to subdue the mind, very difficult to control the mind. I think it is, I'm a big archer. I can control the wind, but I can control the mind. My dear devotees, friends, can we control the wind? Is it possible? The wind is flowing in the sky. Can somebody control the wind? It's very difficult to control the wind. Now, Arjuna is saying that controlling the mind is even more difficult than controlling the wind. So how control is difficult is to control the mind. It's a real problem. And there is an example in the Shastras. The mind is compared to a markat. Markat means bandar, a monkey. Mind is compared to monkey. A monkey never stable. He's always jumping here, there, different places he's jumping. So mind is like a monkey. And it is said in the Shastras, markatasya turapanam tasya vrishika damsanam tan madhe bhutasam charo vyada tada bhavishyati. This Shastra says, Markatasya Surapanam. This mind is like a monkey. And now, listen, it is said that when this monkey has taken some whiskey, some alcohol, Surapan, Markatasya Surapanam. And when the monkey takes some wine or some whiskey or some alcohol, Ghitli, Ghitli. So when when the monkey is drunkard monkey, how uncontrolled he will become. And then this uncontrolled, this drunkard monkey, now you know what happens to this monkey? A scorpio has bite him. A scorpio has bitten him. Now he becomes so uncontrolled. A drunken monkey with a bitten scorpio. Don't come in front of him. And now what happens next to this monkey? Tan madde bhuta samcharo. Bhuta. The ghost has controlled him. There's a ghost entered under him. And he has hounded him, the monkey. Now there is a monkey. He has taken surapan. He has taken alcohol. And he has been bitten by a scorpio. And there is a ghost inside this monkey. My God. This monkey is compared to the mind. Chanchalam hi manha Krishna. Very difficult. The mind control is very difficult. This is the situation of our mind. And actually, there is a research. Yes, Prabhu, actually, we are losing the time, so we can continue. So, I'm sorry, we will have to finish this now. We have some devotees, they have to go a long way. They have to catch the train. And so there was a study done by scientists, and the scientists in medical science, Srishti, actually, Srishti, our host of the session, she is doing medical, and she also made a study that some people, the study was done on some people who are calming the mind. That mind should be calmed by some meditation, yeah, relaxing. And people think when we relax, the mind will come to the rest, to the relaxing. People think like this. Everybody thinks like when we relax, the mind is rest, it's peaceful and all. But actually, there was some measurements done in the mind. Some special instrumental measurements were done. Modern science make a research, and they find the mind, even if the person was at rest, the mind was still working, working, even in this restful stage. So they say the daily number of thoughts are 60,000 to 80,000 in the mind. Mind is never at peace. Mind is never at rest. Always working, always thinking something. And Krishna says it is. Arjuna was asking, "Na, it's impossible to control the mind. It's difficult. I cannot control the mind. I can control the wind, but not the mind." But Krishna says, "Yeah, I can agree with you. It's difficult, but not impossible. It's not impossible. It's possible. Abhyasentu kaunteya. Abhyasentu kaunteya." In the sloka 35. Oh Arjuna, it is possible by practicing and by detachment. You can control the mind by practice and detachment. And then it is very important for a yogi to control the mind. Sloka number 36. Then we go to the next sloka number 37, where Arjuna is asking what is the destination of an unsuccessful yogi. Suppose somebody has started a yoga path, a spiritual path. He started a spiritual path. But because mind is flickering in the worldly things, it's difficult to control the mind. Then after some progress on the spiritual path, he left the path. And he come again in the material life and sense gratification and all due to the mind, uncontrolled mind. Then Arjuna is very practical person. He's really practical. He's asking very sensible questions for all of us. He's asking for all of us. And Arjuna is asking to Krishna, "Oh Krishna, because of some reason, if I'm not able to continue on the path, because my mind is always running here and there in the worldly things, and if I leave this path, if I leave this yogic path, this spiritual path, then what is my destination? What is the destination of an unsuccessful yogi who has practiced for some time but could not complete the process?" Then Krishna is answering wonderfully. Very, very hope. This is a hope for everyone. Positive ray of hope. Krishna is never talk negative. And Arjuna is still saying one more thing, a small thing. Arjuna is saying, can someone become like a cloud? Arjuna is comparing with cloud, a big cloud in the sky. And some part of the cloud is detached, it is separated from the main cloud. When there is a small cloud is separated from the main cloud, the sun rays burn him very fast. It is, उसका अस्तित्व खत्म हो जाता है cloud का. It get disappeared. So he is saying, when I go away from this path, is it like that I will be of nowhere? I will finish my existence. I will have nothing. ना तो मैं घर का ना घाट का. Like I'm not. Then I will fail in the material life as well as spiritual life. I will fail everywhere. So this is the question of Arjuna. And Krishna says. So Arjuna said, does he gain neither this nor that? Na ghar, na ye na wo. Na, neither this nor that. Then Krishna says, no, 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 Arjuna. Actually, he does not meet restriction either in this world or in the spiritual world. This one who does good, my friend, is never overcome by evil. When somebody has left the path by a short practice of yogic path, on the spiritual path, when somebody was a spiritual path, but after a short practice he left this path, then he will get enjoyment in the planets of pious, like heavenly planets, higher planets, because he get the punya, the good results he get. And he will take a birth in the righteous family, a wealthy family, so that in the next life he get the facilities to continue. He get a birth in the dharmic family, righteous family. And when someone make a long practice of the yogic spiritual life, long practice, and he just miss at the end of the life by some reason or other, then he will take birth in the family of great yogis. And when he take birth in the great yogis family, then whatever he has learned until this life, then it will not get destroyed. Yeah, there is no diminution or loss on this path. He will start from the next level. He will begin from the next level, and then he will make a fast progress in the next life. Some people, in the small children, they get birth in the good families and they get access to this spiritual life in the early stage. Even there, they start doing Bhagavatam class and they do, so they can learn slokas. I know one child, he's 10-year-old boy. He knows 3,000 slokas. He started such an early 10-year boy, 3,000 slokas he know, and he has read 50 shastras. He has read 50 shastras because he has already that from the previous life. So that is never in waste. Whatever investment in this world we are doing in this spiritual life, it will be always as an investment for us. But when we do this investment in the material life, then this all waste. Whatever house you are buying, whatever degrees you are taking, whatever wealth you are accumulating, in the next life you start from the zero. You do PhD in the university, big research, you get a Nobel Prize, but you take a next birth, you start from ABCD, nursery class. This is the material education. The material education not carry forward. You have to start from nursery. But spiritual education, spiritual realization, it starts from that level. It's never waste. It's never destroyed. This is the difference between material education, material knowledge, and spiritual knowledge. Now the last slide of this session, I think some of you must be very happy because the prasadam is waiting and you have to also go to long distances. Now Krishna is telling to Arjuna in slok number 46, very important thing, and also in 47. In 46, he says, a yogi is greater than tapasvi, jnani, and karmi. There are different paths. We have learned in the past there are different paths, like tapasvi, doing tapasya for long years, then jnani, accumulating jnana, empirical knowledge, and jnana, knowledge, path of knowledge, and karmi, like who is doing sakam karma, doing different sacrifices, yajna, and doing so many activities. He's generating the punya, the righteous activities. Then a yogi, a bhakti yogi, is better than all these paths. He's always better. And he says, Krishna is saying to Arjuna, be a yogi, because this is a direct service. And 47 is giving wonderful realization. It makes it like a platform for the next chapter and next phase of Bhagavad Gita. And what Krishna is saying in the next sloka, of all the yogis, bhakti yoga is the topmost. And the sloka is, yoginam api sarvesam madgatentarat atmana shraddhavan bhajate yoman same yukta tamo mata. Krishna is saying to Arjuna, of yoginam api sarvesam, of all the yogis, he is the best. Sarvesam. Of all the yogis, the best one is madgatentar atmana, who is always absorbed in me, who is always thinking of me, and who is involved in my loving devotional service. This is called bhakti yoga. A bhakti yogi is the topmost, so he has put and to all the questions of different, like should I do Ashtanga yoga, should I do Jnana yoga, Dhyana yoga, karmic. So he says bhakti yoga is the best process. And now actually we see there are many peaks in a mountain, many peaks you can see. Are all the peaks the same height, all the peaks? No, all the peaks have not the same height. Some peaks are lower, some peaks are higher. Similarly, in the yoga system, in the spiritual life also, in the spiritual life, there are many pathways. There are many paths for different people. Different people, because of their intelligence level, because of their desires, because of their approaching, that they have been given different paths, and they can also achieve the height. But the bhakti yoga, as per Krishna, as in the slok number 6.47, is the topmost yoga system, which is the peak of the mountain. Like in the Himalayas, what is the peak? Mount Everest. How much it is? How much kilometer it is? How much meters height? 8,800. 8.8. Yes, wonderful. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Divakar Prabhu. Very nice. So 8,848 meters height, 8.848 kilometers. This is the height of the Mount Everest, and in all the mountains, Bhakti Yoga is like Mount Everest. And now with this, we have finished the first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. And this first chapters of the Bhagavad Gita represents about me, about the self. And we go to the next 6 chapters, that is about the God. And these 6 chapters, like chapter 7 to chapter 13, they are the treasure of Bhagavad Gita. They are the true treasure of Bhagavad Gita. So I request that we will go to a different level, a completely different level, a pure bliss, in the pure divine, when we do chapter number 7 to chapter number 13. And next Saturday, we will do chapter number 7. But I have an announcement before we do that. So yeah, so this is all we discussed today. We all discussed this today. I will also repeat this slide in the next session. Now I always repeat the last chapter. So this is the summary of this chapter 6. And now, yeah, we will go to the next on 5th of April, Saturday. We can discuss about the God, about the characteristics of God, the energies of the God. And then tomorrow we have a special session like we do every Sunday at 8 o'clock. We will read the Bhagavad Gita chapter 6. We read chapter slok wise. We don't go in descriptions and explanations, but we just do slok wise translation reading. And I request everyone to join tomorrow's session also. We can discuss the question answers. I know you have many questions and you want to discuss them. And I will also discuss this story. I missed one story due to lack of time. This is a wonderful story. And I will discuss this story tomorrow, and we will take some questions. And please don't forget to do the quiz. Quiz is already ready. I will just post the quiz after the class, after maybe 1 hour or so. After the prasadam, I will post the quiz in the group, and you can do the quiz in a fresh way because you have just listened the class, so you will be getting 100% marks in the quiz if you do now directly. So thank you very much again. Thank you for your patience, and thank you for also making it very interactive by your answers and becoming so lively and interactive and listening with patience. So thank you so much. वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो